So who should not be fasting? There's actually categorically, there are certain populations that should not be fasting. So people with eating disorders. So when we think about eating disorders, we're talking about anorexia, we're talking about bulimia, even orthorexia, which is this dedication to being right all the time. So they exercise excessively. They are fanatic about counting calories. People who are malnourished. So if you have a BMI of under 18.5, this is not going to be a mechanism that you want to be using. If you are pregnant or breastfeeding, or if you are a child under 18. So these two populations, we want these populations to be anabolic or trophic, right? If you are pregnant, you are growing a baby. This is not the time to lose weight. And if you are a child, of course, you are also growing, right? So I would say 18 at the bare minimum. I would probably extend that if I could to 25, because that's really when we see maturation of the musculoskeletal system or the neuromusculoskeletal system, including the brain. But at a very minimum, children under 18 should not be fasting. And then people who have primary HPA axis issues, like pituitary tumors, or those who've had recent surgery. You don't need to be fasting there. This is where you need to be healing, and foods are going to be your medicine in in that particular scenario. So those are people who should not be fasting. Who should be fasting then? Well, men and women that don't fall into those categories. But what I think is really missing in a lot of the online experts and people who talk about fasting is the goal of the fast.